That wouldn't bother me none at all.
We're back live in Emerald Studios, brought to you by Bud Light, and we always get a chance to talk to this guy, and it never gets old because this guy is just a living legend.
Thank you.
Charlie Daniels. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
It's good to see you.
Y'all have a good time in Nashville?
Oh yeah.
It's been pretty good to us. We've been working quite a bit, but you know, not as much partying as we used to do, but it's okay.
You're just getting older.
Maybe that's it.
More snitch.
And I'm worried about you because you're hanging out with a couple of guys that we know, Montgomery Gentry.
Well, you should be worried about them. Don't worry about them. They're good kids. I tell you what, we did. I don't know if you know how this. I guess I told you how this whole thing came about.
Right, sure did.
This song, but you know, it is a pleasure to see somebody is down to earth. And all through their success, they've stayed the same way. They treat their fans really well. They do a dynamite stage show. They have a great band, and they got all the elements. Their records are a little different from most of what you hear in the mainstream, country. And they got all the elements together to be around for a long time.
Yeah.
They love what they do. They're having a good time, and they show it on stage.
And it's really kind of cool because they're filling a niche that we've kind of needed.
Absolutely.
So it's kind of neat to see that. It's cool of you to go out and do the cut on the album with them and stuff. That's just kind of a neat deal. And they were really excited. I'll tell you this: when they sat here and talked to us, they were like, "Man, that was the coolest." It was a big deal to them.
Well, we had a great time just rehearsing the thing for the award show. We had day before yesterday. We went in and rehearsed. And, tonight we get to see the fruits of our labor. But if we had a good time rehearsing, surely we're going to have a good time on stage.
Well, it'll be a great night. I'm looking forward to everybody. Everybody at home will get a chance to see that tonight too. That's the cool part about it. It's not just something for the radio guys this time. It's for the world to see.
For the world to see. All Night Long is a song. I've seen the video, and they said they shot the video.
We did it in Louisville. They were playing the Kentucky State Fair, and I was off that night, and they asked me to come up, which I was very glad to do. And we ran through it, I think, about 3 or 4 times. We just run through it.
Oh, not too much practicing.
Well, we didn't need any practice.
Of course not. Of course not.
We had both recorded the songs. So anyway, we read it about 3 or 4 times, and then they went ahead and did the rest of their show after that. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, these guys are fun. They're just they just have a good time.
They do.
It's infectious.
And it's funny because we met Eddie when he was when John Michael first came on the scene. Eddie was out on the road, kayaking as his tour manager and stuff. So we've known Eddie forever, and then to see these guys hook up, they're just good boys. They just like to have a good time.
Well, Eddie will tear a microphone up in New York.
We talked about the ACM awards. He was throwing stuff around. I said to Troy, I said, you better watch out because you're going to have Eddie on one side and Charlie swinging that bow around on the other.
Well, we were doing a little bit of that yesterday. I was twirling the bow and he's twirling the mic stand. We were trying to outdo each other. So
and Charlie's sitting there in the middle.
Hopefully none of them fly up in the air and get away from us,
So I'm sure, getting off the CMA award show for a minute, I'm sure you've been out on the road and things are going okay. And
yeah, we just got back from Korea. We went and did some stuff for our troops over there, and it was a lot of fun, and it's a very eye-opening thing to go up to the 38th parallel and look over into North Korea and realize that there's still a lot of hostility and a lot of tension in the world, and we realize how valuable our military is to us, and what a shame it is that the military budgets have been cut like they have been. I wish every American could go there and feel hostility. I mean, just literally this imaginary line across the ground that you can't go across and you'd be in North Korea. Or the people from North Korea cannot. They don't even allow them around the 38th parallel.
Man,
that's pretty scary. It's got to be like that in the world. And I know on Labor Day, 4th of July, we always play a lot. You're in America, those kind of songs, and you've always been pretty much an America kind of guy.
Well, America's the greatest country. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it is the greatest country the world has ever known. And there's a lot of people that don't like us. They're jealous, or they don't like what we do, or they don't like our form of government, or they want to dominate the world, or for one reason or another, they don't like America. And we need to be able to defend ourselves against that. And we have a great military, don't get me wrong, they're wonderful. But they certainly need, we've had some pretty deep, this administration's made some pretty deep cuts into our military budgets. And I hope whoever is elected president next time will take that into consideration and be sensible and go back and restore. We need to be, we can't be satisfied with what we've got now. We have to keep developing you know, new weapons and the way things work. We saw what happened in the Gulf War. We're all surprised at smart bombs and laser things and all the things that they came up with, and we got to keep doing that because the world's a dangerous place.
There's some crazy people out there.
I hate that it is. I regret that it is, but you know, unfortunately, it is, and we've got to be able to defend ourselves.
Probably it wasn't the way it was meant to be, but that's the way it's turned out. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Being realistic about it.
Yeah. And that's one thing I like about this man.
Exactly.
He tells exactly how he feels about things, and he's very, very realistic about everything.
I just wish that everybody would let their opinion be known. I mean, that's, you know, I wish people would, you know, instead of going along with the crowd, if you don't like something, don't say I like it just because everybody else doesn't. Don't try to be political correctness is the most stupid thing. I mean, seriously,
where did that come from?
It came from people, you know, trying to tell you how to think. Is exactly where it came from, and they want to condition your mind into, you know, into thinking a certain way. And I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. It's just part of an overall power play with people, and it's ridiculous. It's crazy. But political correctness, people saying that you can't spank your child. Don't tell me I can't spank my child. My mom and daddy spanked me.
See, back when I was a kid, Ritalin was my mama's hand.
That's right.
That's
why
what Ritalin was.
You have to have Ritalin.
And you didn't hear about ADDH or whatever that is.
And if you messed up real bad, we'll wait till your daddy gets home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you know, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with corporal punishment. I hate child, you know, people that molest children, abuse them.
Right.
I mean, but there's a difference, you know, between abusing a child and disciplining a child.
That's right.
And without discipline, we get children that go out and do the things that we all know that happen, the atrocious, the murders, the drive-by shootings and that sort of thing. It all starts right in the house. It all starts right at home. And, you know, for somebody to come along and say, you can't spank your... I dare Hillary Clinton to come to my house and tell me I can't spank my child.
And honestly, I'm going to say this. I know this is far-fetched and all that, but I wish someone would run for president with your attitude, or even you would do it.
Well,
somebody like that.
You know, I obviously am not president material. I mean, I appreciate that.
But somebody with that mentality.
Well, they're out there. You know, the problem is now that we've got the point, our major media in this country have got to the point, they actually have an agenda. And if you watch, it's not hard to tell which candidates that they're in favor of. And even on the news shows, which are supposed to be, my opinion, supposed to be right down the middle, is like, we'll tell you, you know, what they're doing, but we're not going to choose a candidate. It's so obvious that the people that they want to see. And it's been my contention for a long time that there's a lot of politicians in this country that literally want to have the social programs and the giveaways and the entitlements to give people, they want a race of sheep who will vote the way they're told to vote, who will think the way they're told to think, and that are very easily led. That's my contention. I really believe that. I think that, and I think we've seen that happening for about 40 years now. We've been heading in that direction. There's going to be a lot of those people.
Yeah. And
it's time, you know, for somebody to stand up and say, hey, we got some serious problems in this country. You know what would be the greatest inaugural speech? Would be the president say, all right, boys, I'm elected, I'm going in office. I'm in office now, and I want to tell you something. All you dope dealers, I'm coming after you tomorrow morning. First thing I'm going to do. We're going to get you. We're going to do whatever we have to get rid of you. If you're selling drugs, you better get the hell out of America, because you ain't going to be here. You people are on welfare. If you're able to work, you're going to work. Not today, but tomorrow. I mean, not next week, but today.
Right.
You people who are abusing children, I'm going to see if I can't get laws passed to castrate you if I can, but whatever we get done. And you know something? That's not politically correct, but it's common sense.
It is.
You know? And that's what we need, is somebody to stand up and say, you know, black is black, white is white, gray is gray, and so on and so forth, and get it done. But if you try to do that, people accuse you of racism, and the press accuses you of racism. Well, I'm not racist. I love everybody. You know, I mean, I do. I am not I love everybody, regardless of color of their skin, whatever. You know, I do. I'm not.
But fair is fair, though.
But people, if you hear me talk, you say, oh, you're against this community, or that. I ain't against nobody. I'm for people. The worst thing that people can ever do is depend on the government to do something for them.
Right.
And we got people running around Al Sharpton. You know, the government needs to stay the hell out of my life.
Yeah.
And quit taking so much income tax from me and let me have my money to do something with.
Right.
And then you know, protect me from Russia and China and those people, and you know, and stay out of my life. Go pave the interstates.
Right.
Don't come tell me how to raise my
Get the
children.
potholes
They
out
can't. They're
straight.
trying to tell people about it. They can't even run the post office. I'm sorry. Let me go.
No, he's got a point. Everything
I wish
you're
we could
saying
say
is
they're sitting there
absolutely
saying, you
true.
gotta go, I hate to do it.
Oh, pay
because
attention to him, man.
they're trying to tell us how
No,
to work.
I'm just kidding. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys. What's going on down in Beaumont?
We just hanging out, man. We need to get you back down
Are
there.
y'all still eating them breakfast burritos?
Oh, we don't.
Somebody used to bring them to the station, didn't they? Somebody
Yeah,
said?
we've had several
But
people.
y'all didn't bring me one.
I'm sorry, man.
Next year, why don't you bring me a breakfast burrito?
We'll have one set up here for
All
you.
right.
But honestly, what you're saying, it's very true, and we totally agree with that.
Thank
But
you.
I appreciate you telling us how it is, and God bless you.
You got
man.
some good folks down your part of the
God
country,
bless you.
so thank you for letting me talk to them.
Thanks,
problem.
thanks for all you do, Charlie. Good to see you, man. Charlie Daniels, I guess we'll be back with more. We're brought to you by Bud Light on KD 97.